Understanding means exact valuation. So then what is the definition of misunderstanding? So we already have a formula in which we say understanding means exact valuation. So what does it mean by misunderstanding on behalf of the same formula? Bad evaluation, wrong evaluation. Okay, so how many ways we can evaluate things wrongly? Many ways. I would say only 3 ways we can evaluate them differently. Not many. Okay, so let's go for let's go and have exact valuation of misunderstanding. Either it is overvaluation or it is undervaluation or it is opposite valuation. So misunderstanding is only this much. So either it is overvaluation or it is undervaluation or opposite valuation. For instance, if there is something A and you went on having it as A, means exact valuation, and in this case understanding is 1. But in this scenario, if you have overvaluation, undervaluation or opposite valuation, understanding appears to be many. So there was something A and the person went on having it as A plus. There was something A and the person went on having it as A minus. There was something A and the person went on having it as B. So on top of this, if I define yoga, what is yoga? Because we are here to talk about yoga. So what is yoga? I would say a journey from misunderstanding to understanding. It's not a crime. Having overvaluation, undervaluation, opposite valuation is not a crime as long as we use it for our evolution. Misunderstanding is not a crime. Like maybe you have heard about that story about regarding Edison and his experiments of electric bulb. One of his friend who was in media, he interviewed him after once he registered or got the patent of electric bulb. He asked him, I know that you went on experimenting more than 100 times. So when it was not happening, won't you get frustrated during those moments? Edison says, no, I was never frustrated. He says, how come it's possible? Because if you do things and you put a lot of effort and results were not there. He says, who said the results were not there? Results were there. Okay, so I went on experimenting first time and now I know this is not a way to make a bulb. I know 2 ways how not to make a bulb. I know 3 ways how not to make a bulb. I know 100 ways how not to make a bulb, and now I know 1 way how to make a bulb. So this is not a crime. But what happens with most of us, we create a box and we just sit within that box. We never evolve out of our ideas because we keep our belief system intact. Anytime a person comes and challenges our belief system, what do? Here comes the sympathetic activation, and we know it as fight or flight response. Anytime a person comes and challenges our belief system, what happens? Our sympathetic activation takes place. When the sympathetic activation takes place, what happens? We go into this mode of fight or flight. Either we argue, and that argument leads to sometime physical fights, or we run away from those places. And in both ways, what is missing? Evolution is missing. So the idea is, if this is my box and you're the person who's challenging me, if this is my box and I'm sitting here with a lot of misunderstanding and you're that person who's challenging my misunderstanding, and you provide me an idea, what do I supposed to do? I need to be able to receive that idea first, but inside I need not to break down my system because there is already a system working on behalf of certain ideas. So I need not to break the system, I just need to create a folder on the desktop the way we do on the computer. So create a folder somewhere inside of you and give the space to that idea and name this folder as what? PC, pending confirmation.